Welcome to the 2017 Milton Sports Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony. Please welcome your host for this evening, Chris May.
Wow. So that's what happened last year. I can't see anybody. The lights are very bright. Who was here last year? Let me hear you. That is a good group. Who's here for the first time? Oh, that's going to sound amazing on television later. We all know that there is one notable absence.
2016, 85-year-old Ed Whitlock became the oldest person to do this in under 4 hours. Huston.
What is a marathon?
Right.
If you haven't done so yet, there's all brand new subdivisions being built in this now mighty town of Milton. And just off First Line, which eventually turns into Bronte Street, you will find Whitlock Avenue, named after Ed Whitlock. And in Ed's honor, we are now going to forge ahead, grow, and strengthen this incredible Milton Sports Hall of Fame. Tonight's induction class is the next step in our journey together. To get that started, please welcome the chairman of the Milton Sports Hall of Fame, Joe Jaworski. Johnny Bauer is always in a good mood. And you'd be too if you still own the last goalie jersey to win a cup with a Toronto Maple Leaf on it. Thank you. Thank you. If for nothing else, keeping the hope alive here on planet Earth. Welcome, induction class of 2017. Got a huge evening ahead of you. An evening that would not be possible at all without the support of so many great sponsors and donors. And we're going to present those sponsors and donors. Active Transport Incorporated. You can give a round of applause. I read them all out. Cogeco, Dufferin Aggregates, Gavcom Media Productions, Intrigue Media, Manulife Insurance, Milton Minor Baseball Association, the Milton Old Stars Hockey Club, and Spring Ridge Farms. These are our gold sponsors. A number of our silver sponsors: J. Curry Plumbing, Ken Gibb Insurance, the Milton Soccer Academy, Mattamy Homes, a lot of those around here, Reebok CrossFit Firepower Milton, the Milton Springers Gymnastics Club. They're here tonight, my friends. Orange Snail Brewers, they're over there. Robert Lee Financial, they're also here tonight. Scooters Catering with the food tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tiger Images and Wayne Guard, our silver sponsors. And now, for the inductees. Our first inductee of this evening, inducted into the athlete category, is Peter Mcduffie. He was born in Milton in 1948. He started on defense, but while in Pee Wee, around 1958, he made the brave jump to goaltender. That's a brave. His mom didn't think it was brave. She thought, what are you doing? He began his junior career in Junior B in St. Catharines before being promoted to the A team with the St. Catharines Blackhawks of the OHA in 1964-65 season, where he played 4 seasons. In his last season in St. Catharines, Mcduffie won the Best Goaltending Award with a .292 goals against average, and that was in 1966-67. During his first pro season, that next year, 68-69, he appeared in 65 games for the Greensboro Generals of the EHL. That year, he made the EHL South first All-Star team and was named its top rookie. The next year, he joined the CHL's Omaha Rangers, where he led the league with 26 wins and was named to the league's second All-Star team. He followed that up with a .277 goals against mark in 57 games and was named to the CHL first All-Star team and shared league MVP award that year with Andre Dupont, Jerry Ouellette, and Joe Zanussi. Between 71 and 76, he played 57 NHL regular season games with the St. Louis Blues, the New York Rangers, and the then expansion Kansas City Scouts, and finally the Detroit Red Wings, as you see him here. He also had a most memorable time in the WHA with the Indianapolis Racers before retiring in 1978. My friends, please welcome to the stage, inducted in the athlete category of the Milton Sports Hall of Fame for 2017, Mr. Peter Mcduffie. Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Peter. Our second inductee this evening, inducted in the builder category, is Cliff Huston. He was born in 1908. Cliff Huston built the modern sports landscape that we know and enjoy today in this great town of Milton. In 1946-47, it was Cliff who started the Milton Minor Hockey Association that we all know today. Knowing we needed officials in not just hockey, but also all of the other flourishing and burgeoning sports in the town, he took it upon himself to start the Milton Referees Association for hockey and the Umpires Association for baseball and softball. A true builder and developer of sport in Milton, he also started the Milton Tennis Club. Yes, he coached, he reffed, and he played. Cliff Huston was, in essence, Milton sports. If you're a newspaper junkie like me, and you love looking back in the old archive, back in the old days I used to check through microfilm, and now you can just get it online. I love newspapers. Check out the historic pages of the Canadian Champion. You'll find articles on the first Milton team to play in the OMHA playdowns in 1967. Cliff was their coach. He also managed the Milton Red Sox of the Halton County Baseball League, and as a ref, he officiated in the Toronto Hockey League, the Ontario Hockey Association, going on to be the OHL, and was an umpire in the Ontario Baseball Association. Let's have a look back. Accepting Cliff Huston's induction into the builder category of the Milton Sports Hall of Fame is his son, Trevor Huston. Thank you, Trevor. That was beautiful. Our third inductee this evening, inducted in the veteran athlete category, Ennio Sclizzi. He was born in Milton, 1925. His family emigrated here from Italy in 1920 to an area back then known as the Red Hill. He honed his skating skills on the Mill Pond, wearing speed skates. But as any red-blooded human, that'd be Canada, planet Canada, he found hockey to be the greatest game in the world and fell in love with it immediately. And in 1938, he worked his way from the Stratford Indians of the OHA all the way up to the pros. Ennio played his first NHL game at the even at that time, very young age of 21, and went on to enjoy 81 games between 1946 and 1952 with the Detroit Red Wings and the Chicago Blackhawks, winning a Stanley Cup with the 52 Wings. During his career, that also included stints in the AHL and the WHL, he got to play along legends like Gordie Howe, Sid Abel, and Ted Lindsay. In those days, there were no superstar egos to contend with, as all players in this elite league, remember there's only 6 teams at this time, considered each other all in this together. For that reason, Ennio had the reputation of being a gentleman both on and off the ice. In the 60s, he returned to Milton from British Columbia, where he raised a family and coached the Milton Merchants. It was the legend of a kid from a small rural town of Milton who rose to the only six-team NHL that brought the community together as they watched one of their own achieving a dream and helping put Milton on the map. Let's have a look back. If Ennio leaves us with any closing memory, it is that it is okay to practice your swing in the living room. Was I the only one that noticed that in that video? And he's right beside the piano. Our fourth induction of the evening in the team category is that of the EC Drury Spartans wrestling team. Spartans! This program has been very healthy since the 1980s, but in 1998, they broke through and won their first OFSA team medal, a silver at the championships in Brampton. That was the start of 13 straight trips to the podium. In those 13 straight trips, there were 6 gold, 5 silver, 2 bronze. And of the 6 OFSA titles, the golds, 5 of them were won in a row. Domination. The team's successful winning streak is still unheard of at this level of OFSA. Within the success from 1998 to 2010, there were 105 Halton champions, 77 GHAC champs, 33 OFSA medalists, and 14 OFSA championships. The Drury wrestlers of that era formed one of the all-time greatest dynasties in OFSA history. This team also left their mark internationally, putting the town of Milton and EC Drury High School on the map in countries that included Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Namibia, Mexico, and Nicaragua. Accepting the EC Drury Spartans wrestling team induction into the team category of the Milton Sports Hall of Fame. Couldn't wait to get up here. Larry Mooch Jaroslawski. Coach. Great job, Rory. And that is the mark of another mark of a great coach who just decides, I'm just going to say hello, and then I'm going to have my team take it the rest of the way. It'd be Mooch. Great job, Rory. You might be one hell of a wrestler, but you got one hell of a voice too. He's got the looks of a rock star, but he's got the voice of a radio star. Great job. Our final inductee of the evening. No, I'm not sucking up. He's way bigger than me. Our final inductee of the evening, inducted in the builder category, is none other than Bruce Hood. Hood was born in Campbellville on March 14th of 1936, but moved to Milton in 1947. In the late 40s and 50s, Hood wrote an occasional sports column for the Milton Canadian Champion newspaper. Bruce Hood played for the Milton Junior and Senior Hockey Clubs, was the statistician for the Milton Minor Hockey Association, the Milton Industrial Hockey League, and the Central Ontario Hockey League. Working his way up through the ranks as an official, he, of course, will be remembered forever for his 21-year NHL career where he presided over 1,000 regular season games, 157 Stanley Cup playoff games, 3 All-Star games, as well as 3 Canada Cup tournaments. Do you remember the Canada Cup tournament? Anyone? Good. He was the first professional referee to take part in the World Championships in 1985 in Prague, Czechoslovakia. As an NHL ref, Hood was instrumental in the formation of the NHL Officials Association, and that was founded in 1969. He broke into the NHL while it was still only in its infancy as the original 6. It had finally gelled with the final 6 teams that would go on into the future of the NHL. So we got to see the launch of several eras of expansion. Many teams who flourished, many who did not, and many others who are only in the history books now. He was the last official to wear the number 1 on the back of his jersey and the last to officiate in all original 6 arenas. Bruce Hood was the referee for Game 4 of the 1970 Stanley Cup Finals. And for those of you who are not familiar with that one, that was where the Bruins were playing the St. Louis Blues. Bobby Orr scored the winning goal, was tripped, flew through the air, and it's been immortalized in works of art and photography and is presented at the Hockey Hall of Fame. For 18 years, Hood operated developmental camps for hockey officials, which attracted students from several countries, while also writing 2 best-selling books on the game of hockey. Over the years, Bruce has dedicated his time to local initiatives like the board of Milton District Hospital, the new gigantic Milton District Hospital, Canada's Fair Play in Sport Commission. He was also the commissioner of the National Lacrosse League. You might not have known that. And for 30 years has been proudly involved with the Special Olympics. Bruce Hood. Once again, thank you so much for those great words, and thank you to Bruce for sending that letter along. Wow, what a night. I remember, what year was it? In 80 or 81, I was taking power skating class in Burlington. And our power skating class was just about to wrap up, and there was a referee training school. This is in Burlington, actually, that was coming up around the corner. I think it was at the old Kiwanis Arena in Burlington, which I do not think is still there anymore. And on came Bruce Hood, and I was like, oh, I wasn't allowed to swear back then, so it was as close to, it was the biggest WTF moment for me. It was the greatest. You gotta be kidding me, that's the guy from television. That's Bruce Hood. He's got that magical hair, look at him. It was incredible, and I do remember that game between the Canadiens and the Quebec Nordique. I never missed a Canadiens Nordique game because you knew that those were just going to get off the hook really, really quick. The only thing comparable to that was Islanders and Rangers. That was about it. Those could have been gong shows in no time flat. Hey, have you guys had fun here tonight? I thought so. If you want to have more fun and continue to relive tonight's ceremony, before you leave, honest to God, that door, my left, your right, that is where all of the 2017 inductee plaques are hanging on the walls. That's the wall of fame for the Hall of Fame for Milton. And we have our fully interactive component to it as well. So please do yourselves a favor and visit that before you leave. And also when you get home, because there's a lot of photos taken here tonight, feel free, be sure, go on to Facebook, just search up Milton Sports Hall of Fame and follow us on Facebook as well. That way you'll also get all of the information for next year's ceremony. But I have the inside scoop for you right now. The 2018 Induction Ceremony, put this in your day planners or whatever you have now. It is tentatively scheduled, we pretty much stuck to it this year. Mark this date down, November 15th, 2018. November 15th, 2018. That is what will likely be the 3rd annual Milton Sports Hall of Fame ceremony. If you want to know more information about the 2018 nomination deadline, because you can also help us with the nominations as well as sponsorship opportunities, visit us online. You can just go to the town's website, milton.ca, or shoot us an email, info@miltonsportshof.com. Once again, this night would not, there's some information right there. Once again, this night would not have been possible without the support. Love you, Mooch! Keep them away from the drink table. It's only $5, and I think they came with pockets full of nickels. Once again, this night would not have been possible without the support of all of our sponsors and donors. How about it for our gold sponsors and our silver sponsors? Thank you to our, of course, a big hand for the Board of Directors for the Milton Sports Hall of Fame. Thank you for helping us honor the very best in this town's sporting community. Cheers. As we bring this evening to a close, I'd like to bring up to the stage a member of the inaugural induction class, Mr. Scott Hogarth, who was, incidentally, recently honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award from the World Martial Arts Organization, and who officially is now going to welcome the 2017 class into the Milton Sports Hall of Fame. Mr. Hogarth. On behalf of the Milton Sports Hall of Fame Board of Directors, we'd like to congratulate the induction class of 2017. Put your hands together once again for athlete Peter Mcduffie, builder Cliff Huston, veteran athlete Ennio Sclesizzi, the team EC Drury Spartans Wrestling, builder Bruce Hood. From the 2017 Milton Sports Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony, everybody, thank you so much for joining us, and good night.